MICAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go. Just another day on the couch, talking about all the problems of today. Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Just Therapy. It is another beautiful Monday evening, y'all. Yeah. Yes. Way to end your Monday off right with a little therapy. As my co-host is yelling from the other room right now. Yeah, hold on. As always, my co-host got to get more cucumbers, tomatoes, and peppers. But it is another beautiful Monday evening. Big shout out to my guest last week, Exposure. Listen. If y'all missed that episode, you better go back and listen. You better go back and watch because that episode was dope. And today is no different, y'all. We got a special episode. It is the Real Fathers episode, and I'm joined by two real fathers, real brothers of mine. My guy in the building, Antoine Brooks and Brad Cover. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
You gotta unmute yourself, Twan.
Me?
What's going on?
And listen, I, anytime you come on the show, I'll be trying.
I already know.
Hey, thanks for joining me tonight, fellas. This is a special episode I've been trying to do for a minute about real fathers and stressors that we go through. So I had to get some real dads in the building with me so we can get up on this episode, talk about, some of the shit we go through, man. So a lot of times we get shitted on, but not today, y'all. We about to celebrate the real fathers. We gonna talk about some real father shit and have a good time, y'all. So couchers, chime in if you got any questions for us, for the real fathers in the building, any comments. You already know this is the best interactive podcast in the world. I claimed it. So chime in, let us know what you think, talk to us, all that good shit. Y'all know how we get down. Also, as you know, I'm not sure if my personal page is showing the comments again on the live, but if you go to Just Therapy, the podcast page, or Just Therapy, the podcast on YouTube, I will put your comments up and share them to the screen. But other than that, y'all, let's get started. Man, let's start with a brief recap. Look at that, man. The devil is working because now it's literally slowing and lagging on my end. I don't know about everybody else's end. Is it lagging on y'all's too right now?
It shows on your end.
Your visual is lagging.
Yeah. We lost the host.
Yes, no, maybe.
He's running for you.
Yes, no, maybe. Yeah, my video, my sound, everything lagging right now, man. Of course, extra lag on there, motherfucker. Let's see.
Do the refresh button on that. Start it over.
Couchers, bear with me. Y'all, we having some tech
You sound like that guy that's trying to get off the phone with somebody.
issues. I will be right back.
I can't. You
And we will start over. Bear with me, everyone. Leave the studio and come right back. I'll be right out. So give me 1 minute, maybe a minute and a half tops, and we'll be right back to you. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we'll be right back.
Restart that router.
Yeah, that's that cheap Spectrum stuff he got.
So now that we're the hosts, we're going to take over the show.
So let's talk about some of that food you have behind you.
Oh, yeah. So, we got chicken, fried chicken.
Yeah, let's start with the chicken.
We got our calzone here.
No, let's go back to the chicken.
Chicken, 4-piece mix, $9, fried. Still clucking when we get it. No, I'm just kidding.
So what type of restaurant is it? Is it like family oriented?
This is Twisted Tomato. It's a pizzeria. Predominantly, Italian cuisine, but I feel like every pizza shop in Northeast Ohio has fried chicken. So you just have to be with the times. You know what I'm saying?
Now, can you bring your family in, or is it more of a bar?
Yeah, so I got one location that's dine-in. So that one does have a beer wall, but it's still like friendly, family oriented. It's like the wall's by itself. If you want to drink, go to the wall, grab a beer.
And where's that location?
That one's our downtown Akron location.
Okay. So if I wanted to bring the fam in, bring in the kids,
Mm-hmm.
nice little meal with some chicken, a $9 special.
Yeah, $9. There you go.
$9 4-piece. Does JoJo's come with that?
Yeah, so that comes with JoJo's and like this white sauce that we do too. It's pretty good.
Nice. Now I'm Sicilian on my dad's side, so that calzone speaks to me too. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh my goodness, we sell so many calzones. Sometimes I feel like it's more than pizza at times, but I'm telling you, man, our calzones are killer.
Like the calzones are way better than pizza.
I feel like it's definitely an option for sure, especially if the sauce is like perfect. You have to have a good dipping sauce with it. So
I agree.
We sell a lot of calzones. We sell a lot of calzones and pizzas. It's about 50-50 on the two. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And then the dessert looks great too.
Which is funny to me because we actually don't sell those brownies anymore.
Oh.
But they look really good. I think after COVID, I was having trouble getting them, so I had to replace them or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so all your locations, one's downtown Akron, that's a dine-in.
Yeah. We got downtown Akron, Cuyahoga Falls, which is the original stove that just opened up, which is doing phenomenal. So yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna put my name on it. I'm going to order from one of the two locations tomorrow for dinner for me and the kids. We're gonna get it in. So yeah, we'll definitely order from there tomorrow. I think everybody else that's listening should probably get some food from there. As you can see, it all looks good. So you can definitely count us in for at least the chicken and some JoJo's tomorrow.
There you go.
I got a big boy over here who's 230. His name was just in the paper this week for having a really good game. So shout out to Caleb.
That's awesome.
He's killing it on the football field. Got a couple scholarship offers recently.
Really? What position?
He's a defensive end.
Defensive end. That's an awesome position. Yeah, that's awesome.
He's 6'4", 225.
Jeez, holy crap.
Yeah. He makes dad look small now. And the good thing is he's a good kid. He got straight A's this semester. So
jeez, that's even more impressive.
He's doing it big. Proud of him.
That's awesome.
So, for some reason, the program does not like when we talk about real fathers because this is the second time I done tried to do this, and this is the second time the program did this. But we go get through it, y'all.
That's all right. We just gave Brad a 5-minute commercial.
I know. I just got my little shield. Yep. Twisted Hero. Fried chicken and brownies that we don't have anymore.
I take it. Good to have you back, Mr. Brooks. You just kept the show rolling like we supposed to go. I appreciate it. Real quick, how was everybody's weekend, man? Everybody's weekend was good?
Good. Busy.
My weekend was okay. We had a big football game and we lost. It was like the number one game in the country for the football team I coached for. The number one high school game in the country, and we lost to a powerhouse 7-14. But overall, it was a good game. They scored with 3 minutes left in the game. If you would have saw how they scored, it was a little heartbreaking, but yeah.
Yeah, that happens. That
definitely
happens.
Some ref help.
You said some ref help? You know, ref help is always good help for a football team.
Yeah, that is true.
It's going against you.
Yeah, well, it went against us, so.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. What about you, Brad? You said busy?
Yeah, just a lot of work, a lot going on.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it was definitely a busy weekend for me. And then yesterday ended it kind of on a sour note. Got to definitely say rest in peace to my guy, Michael Shaw. He passed away yesterday morning from complications. So dear friend of mine, met him from the softball community, and we know that softball community, we super tight, man. I've been knowing him for an easy 9-10 years, man. Good dude, good dad, man. So, that's just definitely sad. So sending condolences, prayers, and positive energy out to his family, his kids, everybody involved, and friends that he had, because, that's definitely a tough loss, man. So he was a good dude, man. So, yeah, definitely.
Sorry to hear about that, man. I'm sorry to hear about that.
It sucks. I mean, we was talking about it not too long ago. Some childhood friends of mine, we had just went to a funeral not too long ago. And we was like, the goal is to pass away from natural causes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got to keep ourselves healthy, y'all. We got to. So yeah. But so let's get into the show, man. We gonna start a little different, y'all, than y'all used to. Couchers. We go do flowers while they still here. We like to give people flowers while they still here, instead of giving people flowers while they dead and gone. So we like to give people flowers while they still here. My flowers this week is going to go out to all the real dads and the real fathers that I know personally. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Brooks and Mr. Culver, since y'all sitting in front of me. Definitely want to give y'all flowers for being, good dads, always being there for your families, taking care of the house, all that good shit. Believe me, I know it get hard sometimes, but I appreciate y'all keep pushing and keep, giving people positivity, man. Both of y'all definitely positive brothers, man. You coaching, Mr. Brooks, and, coaching them kids up, and Brad, I know you, giving, young folks good jobs and shit like that and keeping it positive. So I definitely want to give y'all flowers today. So y'all getting flowers, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you, brother.
All day. Y'all want to get some flowers out real quick?
Yeah. So first I want to give my flowers to is standing right here. Come on over. Mr. 6'4" himself.
What up, Caleb? Nephew in the building.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, man, he was in the paper, and man, it's not only just football though. I mean, he killing it on the football field. I mean, they got him going both ways, and he's stopping people on defense, and he's the starting guard right now. And he's undersized, but because of his freakish strength, like, he's able to play offensive line too. And then he's, like I said, he's killing in the classroom. So I want to give this dude some flowers because he's earned it, man. And like I said, he's starting to get some looking at him now. He's starting to smell himself. Got himself a little girlfriend. And then another cool thing is like, he's just a good big brother, and he was my firstborn. He's the one that made me a dad, so I appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, flowers to you, nephew. You deserve them, brother. I seen your hard work firsthand, man.
All right, get the hell out of here.
I'm definitely gonna throw my flowers to my baby girl because she is just, I love both my kids, my firstborn and all, but man, she is just something special. It's like no love like your daughter's love. It's insane. So she just brightens my day every time I see her. Never had like that type of love when you're just like, you're like, I love you so much. But being 3 years old, man, she's in that terrible 2-3 stage. But man, I'm telling you what, every time my dad's around, she is just an angel. Love it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Daughter,
So different.
father's love, man. Like
So different.
Yeah, that's why I don't
man.
understand like how people don't like how dads don't take care of their daughters. I mean,
Oh,
like my son is my dude. Like we go fishing together, but my daughter, man.
yeah.
And I'm not saying that's my favorite kid, but dude, like somebody was asking me the other day, why are you letting her do that? You didn't let Caleb do it. It's my girl.
She's my girl.
Right. It definitely hit different, man, having a daughter. Cause like I've been a father for almost 26 years now. You know what I'm saying? And he was my firstborn and was the only one for a long time, and he was my miracle soldier. So he always got that place in my heart. Like that's my guy. But having that daughter, man, it changed, man.
Yeah.
It definitely changed your attitude. You're a little softer when it comes to girls.
Time.
You know what I'm saying? But I always said that my daughter was gonna be a tough little girl, and that she is, because I still don't play with her. She ain't getting away with every, all that crazy shit, but she definitely get a little leeway here and there. So having girls is definitely different, man.
It just become weird when they become teenagers, man. Like my daughter.
Oh, I know.
She like 5'9", and all the little boys coming up to her now, and it's like, man, y'all better get away. Her dad ain't always been Christ-like.
Yeah, man. I always hear the thing, you better have some guns. Oh, yeah, I do. Don't worry about it. I'm good. Definitely.
You know how to shoot too. So.
Right. And Brad know the feeling too. Your firstborn is your son too, right?
15.
Yeah.
And 2.5, almost 3.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole gap, but I'm telling you what, it's different too. Male to female, age difference. I know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to like, he's 15. So, it's getting to that point, his girlfriend and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez, where did time go?
Yeah. I remember when my son started to smell himself, I had to like, hey, we can throw on these gloves while you playing. Like, I'm gonna give you 2 to the chest real quick with these boxing gloves on, but you better keep playing with me if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always tell the stories on stage and all that shit, and he'll back them up. I don't play around, So, but yeah, it definitely hit different. And let's talk about some examples growing up. Like, what kind of examples did y'all have as father figures or father roles in y'all life? Let's talk about that real quick.
Man, I guess for me, it's like, my dad is a huge part. He's like more or less hands-on and stuff like that. So like for me, I've been blessed when it came to anything that I have a problem with. It's like he's the first one there. Just today, I had to put a conveyor belt on my oven, and I'm like, I'm doing this myself. Well, first person I call to help, Dad,
Right.
Knock it out. And, he's been there for all the shops that I've opened. He's the first person there to fix plumbing or electrical. So lucky to have that in my life, which then I can teach my kids too, so he's not the guy that called AAA and be like, hey, I need to change this tire, He'll know.
Right. That's what's up. What about you, Mr. Brooks?
So for me, my Uncle Joe and my Uncle Buster, they both took on different roles. My Uncle Joe taught me the street life, and my Uncle Buster taught me trades and things of that nature, to where I use all that stuff now today. Owning my own companies. I own 2 companies. Both of them are physical labor, but the fact that I'm able to do those at a high level because of the things he taught me was important. And then I'm able to navigate with different type of people and different type of situations because of my Uncle Joe. You know, he taught me like how to be able to navigate things. So yeah,
Right.
and then football coaches were very vital because they were able to step in where those dudes couldn't. So that was important.
Yeah, man, I get it. That's what's up.
Man, I recently developed a relationship with my dad for the first time. So that's been pretty cool. I actually got to meet him on a father-son level. I knew him since forever, but I only saw him like 5 or 6 times in my life before now. Now I see him all the time.
That's what's
awesome.
up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's good shit right there. Hell yeah.
It's a good lesson that it's never too late either, you know?
What's that?
That's a lesson too, that, you know, it's never too late to establish a relationship. It doesn't matter how old you are too.
Yeah, not only that, you got to be careful of what everybody else told you about things that happened in the past.
Yeah.
Now, he made his mistakes and he could have done different things, you know, but you can't always believe the angry person as well.
Yeah, that's true too. Because the relationship with, you know, you and him are probably different than, you know, how he's portrayed. So
yeah, 100%.
100.
That's what's up. Yeah, so my big example was my dad, you know what I'm saying, growing up, and my dad's dad, he set a example early, you know what I'm saying, and his father, you know, so just being there for your kids and always being around and being there to support them, you know. So like even both of my uncles, you know, they all raised their kids and, you know, took care of their kids. Nobody you know, was not there for their kids. And, you know, my dad was just, he was always there, you know, and just being disabled when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? So he was always home, you know? So like just, he instilled so much into us just about loving your kids, you know what I'm saying? Like my dad was the one that told us he loved us, you know what I'm saying? And tucked us in that night, shit like that, you know? So he was definitely a big example for me. And it was like, you know, it's funny because people be like, oh, you know, you such a good dad, you know, blah, blah, blah. But like, it ain't even like about being a good dad. It's just literally still trying to live up to the expectations that he showed me as a dad, just being a good dad, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to, you know, do what he did for me and my brothers, you know? So that was definitely my big example. And some of the coaches, you know, growing up was definitely some good examples of father figures, you know, because like my dad wasn't, you know, the sports guy or whatnot, you know, the coaches was, you know, so that just helped me, you know, grow as far as in sports and activities and being a well-rounded person. But, you know, my dad, like, man, he always was dropping gems on us and always was giving us useful information that we can still use to this day, man. So kudos to him for just being a fucking awesome ass dad, man. So definitely one of my best examples of my life. So yeah, man. So let's talk about gender role norms, man. So, you know, we always hear them gender role norms, you know, as far as the fact of like as far as like how it actually plays out in the real world, you know what I'm saying? Like dads are supposed to do this, but like roles have changed so often in life, especially in this new age in 2023, man. Let's talk about that for a little bit. What y'all takes on that?
I mean, I feel like it's pretty getting to the point where it's pretty neutral and like roles and stuff like that. You know, I see a lot more, especially because I work with a lot of single mothers too. So it's like they're putting on a lot of extra, you know, work for, you know, their kids, and a lot of them have a lot of easier situations than others. But I feel like, you know, male to female nowadays, and I work with everybody. I work with so many different, you know, from 50 years old to, you know, as young as 16. And it's not like I put a task from one person to the next, you know, like a female is going to change a fryer versus like a male as well. And I feel like a lot of women like really try to prove themselves anymore anyways. They're just like more independent, you know? So, you know, a lot of those roles are kind of the same. But like, you know, even with my wife and stuff, she's a stay-at-home, you know, mom. So she takes that role and stuff like that. But she does a lot for me too. So it's like, you know, advertisement and stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like it's kind of fading out. I mean, what's your thoughts?
Go ahead, Mr. Brooks, break it down.
I refuse to give in. Like I'm going to always be that dad that's gonna, hey, I take my daughter out on dates. I
That's
open the car
awesome.
door for her. I open the door for her. I help her sit down because, like, she'll tell you. Like right now, if I called her in here, and she'll tell you, and she's allowed to say it. If a guy doesn't do those things, he's an asshole. I mean, that's just what it is. And like, if he can't do those small things for you, then he probably won't be the one that'll be there for you if in your time of need if you're in a relationship. So that's just the way what I believe.
Yeah, I still feel like that's like even fading out. You know, I love that you do that. Open up the car door. You know, I'm like that guy that opens up the door for everybody when they walk in and stuff, and you know, hope for a thank you at least.
I'll make somebody say thank you. So I'm one of those assholes.
Seriously though.
And I think the more we get away from it, I know we're getting away from those social norms for, you know, fathers and men and women. But I think the more we get away from it, the more just further away we get from family. Just being honest with you, that's just my opinion, because, you know, it's more and more teaching, okay, well, I don't need a woman in my life other than for sex. I don't need a male in my life. I don't need this role in my life because I can do it all now. And it's getting further and further away from like the whole family, you know, aspect of things.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, so like my thought on that is like the roles, like, because we all heard of the single mothers, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people I know and call brothers was raised, you know, by a single mom or a single grandmother and stuff like that. But like nowadays, it's, you know, single dads out there, you know what I'm saying? To where, you know, the dad is not supposed to be the compassionate one, you know what I'm saying? That was the norm before. Like he's supposed to be the disciplinary and the person that sets down the law and stuff. Like he can't be, you hurt yourself, you know what I'm saying? Let me rub your boo-boo, make sure it's all right, you know what I'm saying? Or kiss you on your head because your head hurts and stuff like that. Like we are nurturers as well, you know? So I think the roles are not necessarily changing, but it's more, you know, male figures stepping up, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially being a single father, you know, like, I'm not doing both roles. I can't say that because I can't be her mom, you know, but as her dad, you know what I'm saying, I'm there all the time. So if she had, you know what I'm saying, if she hurts herself, like I'm checking on her, you know what I'm saying, I'm nurturing her, I'm being, you know, compassionate towards her, holding her, you know, stuff like that. So just the norms of that aspects are definitely changing. I feel as though a lot of men are, you know, stepping up to the plate, you know what I'm saying? Like now you hear less of the dad don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up, you know, you would hear it a lot. Now it's more of, you know, the dad cares, the dad is in the life, Daddy. You know, the dad is going into, Daddy, you know, go pee then. You know, like, okay, go, I'll turn it on. Like as far as like stepping in the roles of helping out and being there, you know what I'm saying? Like even when I was with my, you know, my son's mother, you know, I would help do his homework, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So the norms do change, like the roles do change. Y'all want to elaborate on that part?
You know, I think for me and my wife, we go more on like a good cop, bad cop thing, which I know is horrible, but you know, she always feels like she's the bad guy. So, you know, I always come in and I'm like, oh yeah, it's okay. So, you know, it's kind of like really depends on who it is. Like, but my son on another note is like completely different. You know, you have to be stern because he's older and he just doesn't care. And it's like, you know, for me, it's like I have to do that back and forth thing. But like for him, he's not disrespectful. You know, and I love that about him. You know, he's just kind of like he listens to what I have to say, and then he'll secretly do it himself, you know, to make it feel like maybe he's accomplished it on his own. Like I told you I could do it, but like I think there's like something different when it comes to like a male role when it comes to that. But again, my daughter is just like, she's got me wrapped around her finger, so it's kind of different.
Yeah. I know for me, it depends on the kid, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So my 17-year-old that was just in here, he'd tell you like I was the toughest person in the world. But anyone else will tell you that my 3-year-old and my 13-year-old daughter get away with murder, And that's just because the 3-year-old is like the cutest thing in the world.
Oh yeah. Like completely different.
Yeah. But then my 13-year-old daughter, that's my girl, man. Like people be like, well, she doesn't, she did this and she did that. I'll be like, okay. As long as it has nothing to do with a boy, we're good.
Right.
And I got a 9-year-old, like he's in the middle of all that. So like, where he's getting the tough love, and they were like, well, you're mean to the 9-year-old. Like, no, he's just at that point where, he needs to man up and get taught how to be a man.
You have 4 total, Antoine?
Yes.
4. Wow.
My 9-year-old is the bonus one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How many of those were planned?
Well, the bonus one, the 17-year-old was not planned. I was married, but was not planned. Just came on, was like,
you're like, all right, this is what we're doing. Let's do it.
We just, me and my ex-wife, we just had a plan like together, like we're about to like start flipping houses. We're doing all this stuff, and next thing you know, I'm here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but the other
God's plan. That's what they say.
Yeah, and he's been a blessing too. So every time I think about that kid, like he's been a blessing to me, man. I love that kid. Then my daughter was playing. Like I said, the 9-year-old is a bonus kid that came with a marriage, and then the 3-year-old was planned as well. So yeah,
that's what's up. So let's talk about how things are different from when we grew up. Let's talk about that. Like as far as like now you got to watch, like, because when I grew up, we had, we were the generation of Atari, ColecoVision, the first Nintendo, the first Sega, and then it started to get up there. Like we didn't have tablets and a whole bunch of video games. We had, like I said, we had video games growing up, but we were like the first to get some of those games. Let's talk about how things are different. Like we got to like monitor people's screen time or how long they play the video game, stuff like that. Like they didn't have to do that when we was growing up. It was either stay outside, don't come in here unless you hungry or thirsty. Yeah. And now I don't want to see you unless I need you to come change the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's so much different. We want to talk about that. Let's break that down.
It's flipped, man. It's flipped completely.
Like
crazy. I gotta threaten my kids to go outside, whereas I used to risk ass whoopings to stay outside.
Yeah,
yes.
Like my grandmother would be like, "You gotta be in by X, Y, and Z." I'd sit there with my friends and we're having so much fun. I'd be like, "Hey, I guess I gotta take the ass whooping tonight." You know what I'm saying? Whereas now, I gotta chase these jokers out the house. Go outside, like get out the house. I don't understand it. Like the 17-year-old, he's driving and everything. I'm like, take your siblings, like go to the park or something. No, I'm on Twitch on my phone. Like taking the damn phones, man.
No.
That's the other thing. Like we didn't have like 100% access to us 24/7 as a kid, and they applaud that. Like I didn't want people have access to me. Like their friends follow each other. They know where each other are
at all times. It's insane.
It's crazy, man. So yeah, that's my take on
it. Yeah. What about you, Brad?
Man, I grew up with a big family, so being in the house was not a thing. We had a Greek family that lived on the same road, and they had a massive family too. So we had the full team, on both sides, kickball all day, and we lived right by a park.
Right.
Like, who would want to be inside at that point? So we would always just be out at the park all the time, hanging out, and it was the same thing. Could not come home, mom would be pissed off, especially because she worked third shift at the time. So she didn't want a bunch of kids running around anyways.
Right.
So, it was just kind of a wild childhood because we had so many kids around at all times. It's always something to do,
Right.
So it was always fun.
Yeah, that's what's up. Like, yeah, so my childhood, like I said, we was always outside. Only time we really got to play the video games was like at night, during sleepovers or something like that. But we was always at the park playing basketball, swimming, back to basketball, playing baseball. Like we was outside so much. And then us growing up, we had pagers that we had to hide from our parents because, like, if you had a pager, you were a drug dealer, So I used to have to hide my pager, but it was like it will only go off when somebody was trying to get in touch with you and you had to call them back or whatever. But now it's like they've been had cell phones. We getting kids cell phones at like 7 years old, 6 years old.
So crazy.
Have their own fucking cell phone. Like we didn't have cell phones then.
I think my first cell phone was green. Like it had a green screen on it or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't even color.
Right. So now it's like they can play the games on there and like and it's crazy because I fell a victim to the new role of having that tablet, like she takes that tablet on the road and we'll play I Spy in the car or whatever, and then she'll go back to watching her tablet. So but like now she like every day she like, let's go to the park, Dad. Let's go to the park. Like it's too cold. Like we can go jump on the trampoline in the backyard, but she wants to be outside. But if she ain't outside, she got that tablet. She watching that tablet, Let's talk about some of the discipline as kids, man. Like I used to get my ass whooped as a kid, like when we did something we weren't supposed to do, we had to go pick our own switch.
Oh my gosh, I was just gonna say that.
And I remember one time, like I was, it was like a thunderstorm was coming, and I was in the woods still playing around. Instead of leaving, knew the thunderstorm was coming because it was getting dark. Instead of coming out, like I'm taking my time, hanging with my friends still. So I get to the house and they made my brother go pick the switch. And they told him like, hey, if you bring back something small, you getting your ass whooped too. And he was like, sorry, little bro. So he had to come back with a real switch to get my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my ass whooped, but that literally made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't at that time. It definitely wasn't child abuse. It was I did something wrong, so I got punished for it. Like the punishments now differ so much. So like. Because some people, and I don't fault them for it or talk about them because everybody's different. Some people's parenting is different than how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? Because like when my son was getting in trouble, when he was young, he got his ass whooped like I just got my ass whooped. Same with my daughter. She do something she ain't supposed to do, she get a tap on her leg. I ain't beating the shit out of her, but she get that tap on her leg. Some people don't discipline their kids, you know what I'm saying, or give them that whooping. What y'all think about that? The discipline aspects.
Mine is a complete reflection of everything you just said. Willow tree in the back, getting your ass whooped with a switch. You know what I mean? That was grandma's thing, But my dad is like, it was always like, get in the bathroom, wait for your dad. You're waiting there for like an hour for come get your ass beat with a belt. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I probably am more like my dad now, where it's just like, because he's like the grace, dad's coming, but there's a 50-50 chance that you're actually going to get hit in the ass, He was like, all right, what'd you do? He's like justifying if this is going to hurt or not.
Right.
He's like, I have no idea why I'm here, but I'm pissed off that I just have to be here. So what'd you do? But I'm like that guy. I'm like the voice of reason with my kids. I'm like, what'd you do? Do you deserve this? Okay, you do.
Right. Yeah. What about you, Mr. Brooks?
So I struggle with disciplining, or I did. I struggle with disciplining my daughter. Always was nervous about if she got used to me putting my hands on her, that she'll be okay with another man putting her hands on her. And someone once told me that it's a cycle. And I don't know how true it is, but like it's a cycle that if if you hit your daughter, then she'll be okay with other men hitting her. But then I've also heard to where that's not the case, whereas they can differ between the two if taught properly. So I struggle with that a lot. So my daughter, she cry if I raise my voice.
Okay.
So there would be times where if she did something severe to where I knew I had to like physically do, but she's such a good kid. But if I had to physically, it'd be something like a pluck or something like she's never like got like my son, he's got his ass whooped. Like he's got fucked up. And the 3-year-old, I've literally hung him upside down by his ankles and spanked him. Like
I'm so glad we all have like older male children to like kind of relate to this, because it's like the male's getting his ass beat.
Yeah, but unfortunately, my daughter, she get away with it because like, but I could literally look at her a certain type of way, and she next thing you know, you walk past her bedroom and all you hear is the sniffles, and it's like, dang, that hurt worse than me spanking her.
Yeah. I can definitely agree with all that. Because I know my son, I used to always say, I can't wait till I can like straight jab to the chest, quick one. You know what I'm saying? Make you go real quick. You know what I'm saying? Not to take all the wind, just half the wind out your body real quick, just to let you know, like, hey, it ain't going down like that, you know? So like I haven't had to whoop little mama a lot, you know. But I do reiterate, like, hey, this is why, you know, I had to hit that leg one time. You know what I'm saying? And then, yes, of course, raising the voice does make her sniffle. But it's like some of the discipline, like, it has to be there. Like, you can't get away with this, or you can't do that. You know, like, that is not okay, even like outside. Like, and from being teaching them that, you know what I'm saying? Because I would literally break down like, hey, this is why you got in trouble. You did this. You shouldn't have did this, and you know better. So that's why you're getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I explained that part. But like, just even a prime example with my son growing up, all his teachers would always like literally like brag and just praise him for being such a well-mannered kid. And it was like, in the back of my head, as soon as they said it, I'm like, yeah, because he got his ass whooped when he did something wrong. Like, I mean, it is what it is, you know. And it's the same thing as coming around with my daughter. Like, oh, she's so well mannered. She always helps. She always says thank you, you know, because like I'm instilling that value that my parents instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was a well mannered kid, you know, like we would do some dirt, you know what I'm saying? But if we got caught, it's going down. But you know, we would try not to get caught, but we would always show adults respect, teachers respect, you know. Some kids nowadays don't show the adults respect, let alone teachers respect, you know. So, and to me, I think that is a discipline thing, you know. You should be able to look at your kid and give them that look to like, hey, do it again, you go find out what happens, you know. Funny story, like I remember me and my son, we seen a kid having a tantrum in the store one time, like falling out on the floor, yelling and screaming. And my son, and this was when he was a little older, he looked at me and was like, yeah, I couldn't do that because you would have got me. You damn right. You know what I'm saying? So I think the different aspects is how we grew up, you know, is your discipline. Like, you know, if your parents really didn't discipline you like that, who's to say you're going to discipline your kids like that? But again, I try to explain like, hey, this is why you being on punishment. This is why you got to stand in the corner, you know, or this is why you got your leg tapped one time, you know. Like I used to make my son stand in the corner, like because like it get to a point where you just don't want to, you know, whoop their ass all the time, you know, because like too much is too much. We know that, but I would make him stand in the corner with his hands up. Right, or hold two books, or literally have his hands straight up like that, because it'll work these muscles to where you ain't messing around, you know. I mean, do y'all agree with that, or?
Yeah. Say what's up. Good night.
What up, Zay?
Good night.
What up, nephew Zay?
He's going to bed. Sorry about that.
No, you good. You good. Hey, listen, you already know the co-host will always be in the camera, so it is what it is. Like she already yelling from the other room, talking about she want more cucumbers, tomatoes, and peppers. So it's like
Already.
Yep.
She's gonna turn into a veggie.
That's what I told her. She gonna turn into a damn pepper, man. She is. She eats so much of them, but she just yelling, talking about no, she not. She is though. She eats so many of them. Hey, quit yelling. But like seriously though, you know. So I just think it's like a different era. Do we contribute it to the era we grew up in, or the fact that some parents didn't discipline like our parents did? What do we contribute that to? And these are all opinions. I mean, I'm not saying these are facts or anything like that. Just, you know, opinions.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the individual itself or, you know, parental effect or, you know, I had new friends that were, you know, had parents that were attorneys, but they were just not cool, not enjoyable to be around. It's like, you know, so, and maybe that could be just from neglect.
Yeah. And I had friends that would get their ass whooped with a fan belt out of a truck. Like I didn't get it that damn bad. Like I feel too much, you know. Like we get brush and the you know and the switches from out back, but never a fan belt from a car like that. I thought that was a little too much.
Jeez,
dead serious.
Yeah, I got whooped with everything. If you name it, I've been whooped with it. So.
Shoes. Let's mark it off. Shoes. Everybody, one for a shoe.
Definitely a shoe.
I don't know about probably.
What about a hanger? Hanger.
Definitely a hanger.
I got a hanger. I got a brush like a hairbrush.
Yeah, I've had the soap too. Have you ever had the soap in the mouth? Because I've gotten that.
I have not had the soap in the mouth.
Yeah, I get it.
In front of my aunt. Yep, got the soap in the mouth, extension cord in the bathtub.
Extension cord. I had an extension cord one time. That was a one-time thing, and that definitely did not feel great.
No, that was horrible. My grandma literally broke the old school antenna off her car. Spanked me with that.
Oh, dang!
Didn't have that.
That was a rough one.
Nope, you beating us now.
Rulers,
rulers and
old school wood rulers.
Oh yeah.
We had the old school paddles in school with the holes in it. Y'all remember those?
Yep, my grandmother had those. I got beat with the end of a broom.
No, not the end of the broom, not me.
I was big, so she had to be creative because
she was like throwing chairs at you and shit.
I used to laugh at her, man. I'd be like, I was that kid that'd be like, that don't hurt. That don't hurt. What you gonna do? That don't hurt.
Yeah. That was definitely my mom. She wanted you in tears, so we'd be sitting there. She'd hit us, and then we'd be like, ah! But realistically, it never really hurt.
Yeah. And I was
like fake tears.
So I'd be like, that didn't hurt. So what? What are you gonna do next? I got jugs of water thrown at me, like all kinds of stuff.
Right, yeah.
Oh
man, I see Tony Coverton jumped on in the building. I don't know if he's still there, but I see that he was there. That's how I met Brad, the older brother, Mr. Covert, the original. Well, I can't say the original because
the original. Well, I mean, technically, he is the original. He's my older brother, so
right. But yeah, so like the discipline is definitely different. The times are different. I remember when kids would like joke, well, not joke, but like would say like I'm gonna call 696 kids, and parents would be like, call them. I'll beat their ass.
I know, call them.
Call them. Go ahead. Yep. Because they can take your ass. They can take you. Go ahead, get up out of here. Like so.
Where do you think it's going though?
Like how bad now, though, like if your kids complain, you instantly like if you get like a complaint as far as your kids now, you get investigated. It's totally different now.
Yeah.
I don't know if our parents would be able to live in today's society.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, where is it going? Like, are we going to like the super soft era now?
Yep.
Really anybody?
Until we get to the point where kids are running us.
Oh,
And of course, the wife.
so the wife chime in to tell you something about work.
She's like, hey, Brady's stuck in Wadsworth, so
Oh, that's your son. That's right.
yeah.
Tell me you better find a ride. Oh shit, that's hilarious. All right, I think it's a good time to take our one and only sponsor break. Don't go nowhere. More Just Therapy, more Mr. Brooks, more Mr. Cover, more about Real Fathers episode. Hey, don't go nowhere. You already know who I am, and I'm taking us to break, baby.
Primal Screen in Kent, Ohio. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Quality work, on time, fair prices. For more information, call 330-677-1766. Again, 330-677-1766. Or check us out online, primalscreenprinting.com. If you mention the podcast, you get 5% off. Peace.
Custom Design Aquariums, where we bring your aquatic dreams to life. With your help, using your imagination, together, we will turn your home or office into a peaceful getaway. For a free consultation, call 330-475-5181 or contact us by email at customdesignaqua@gmail.com. Once again, that is customdesignaqua@gmail.com. Mention this podcast and get 5% off.
Man, I love me some pizza. Yes, I know I talk about it every week, but I love me some pizza. Reason why is I got the best place for you, Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. They got 3 locations and one on the way. First location is 1909 Bailey Road, Cuyahoga Falls. Their phone number is 330-928-2222. Second location is in downtown Akron, across the street from Rubber Duck Stadium. That address is 325 South Main Street, Akron, Ohio. Phone number is 330-849-5707. And the brand new location is in Stowe at 3031 Graham Road, Stowe, Ohio. Phone number is 330-673-9410. And what I love about Twisted Tomato Pizzeria, I really love the downtown location because of the beer wall. They got 36 glorious taps of beer, wine, ale, IPAs, anything you can think of. And I like to call it the Dave and Buster's of beer because you go in there, you put money on the card, walk up to the taps with your card and go bloop, and pour as much beer as your heart desires. I mean, it's just so good. When it hits your lips, it's just so good. Another thing I love about Twisted Tomato Pizzeria is that they cater to your taste buds. And everybody always want to know, what do you mean by they cater to your taste buds? Exactly what the hell I just said. They cater to your taste buds. They never get an order wrong. They always make it ready to order on how you want it. Because me personally, I'm a cheeseless type of person, and anytime I order anything, I say no cheese, extra sauce, and whatever toppings that come to mind, right? And it's always right every single time. And that first bite, I'm telling you, that first bite gets you, because every time I take a first bite, I'll be like, bitch. Like, it is just so delicious. It is so good. And oh my gosh, it's just good. And I'm not saying that just because they're an official sponsor of Just Therapy, the podcast. I'm saying that because the shit is tasty. I'm telling you. I done had people try it after hearing this little commercial and be like, SB, you was right. That first bite was, bitch. And I know they ain't calling me a bitch, but they saying it's just that damn delicious. So you got to check out Twisted Tomato Pizzeria if you ever in the area of Cuyahoga Falls, Stowe, or Akron. Tell them I sent you. Tell them Just Therapy, the podcast, sent you, and receive a 10% discount. I'm telling you, it's so good. You got to check them out. And if it's pizza, it's possible. I keep telling them to change the damn slogan to
Bitch.
but he's scared. And I get why you scared. Brad, why you want to change it? Why won't you change the slogan, man?
Bitch.
Yeah, Real quick, one more shameless plug. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what's coming up. The Suicide Awareness Fundraiser, the 12th Annual Suicide Prevention Fundraiser, November 13th. It is a Monday. Doors open at 6:30. Show start at 7. I will get you out of there at 9 on the dot because I know it's a school night and a work night and all that good shit. But come support. $15 donation at the door. All proceeds go to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We got a whole bunch of stuff to raffle off. Come win some gift cards, some gift certificates. We got liquor baskets going to raffle off. We got wine baskets getting raffled off. We got a slew of great stuff getting raffled off. Stuff from like Hibachi Japan, Longhorn, Outback, Twisted Tomato Pizzeria, like DBA Restaurant, Firehouse Restaurant, like a whole slew of restaurants always get on board with this. So come check it out. Come win you some gift cards. It's going to be a great time. We're going to talk about why I do the fundraiser. We go cry, we go laugh, and we going to have a good time. All right. So come check it out. 12th Annual Suicide Prevention Fundraiser, November 13th, Funny Stop Comedy Club. Come mess with your Boyd.
Your Boyd. I love it.
All right. That's all I got. All right. She said they left him. Oh shit, they left him. All right. All right. Welcome back to the couch, y'all. We talking about real fathers and stressors and all that good stuff. Let's talk about some stressors as a father real quick. There's like a top list of stressors as a father, right? Let's talk about limited paternity leave for fathers because the woman always gets the paternity leave. New responsibilities as a father, right? Disrupted sleep, we know what that is. Financial strain on the pockets, right? You know, less time with your partner, loss of sexual activity, depression, strained marriage, shrinking finances, being in high demand, having no control, managing sibling fighting, chronic stress disorders such as depression or anxiety, feeling stressed trying to juggle work and family life, feeling great stress, getting work or life balance, right? Feeling a responsibility to be the rock for their families after the birth of a child, and have say this is a struggle causing them to stress and anxiety. Y'all want to talk about anything on that list? Anything on that list that stuck out to you?
Let's go down the list again. Round two.
I would say
Talk about it all.
I would say the one thing that sticks out to me is the one thing that hasn't changed is financial responsibility. So no matter what, like all these other responsibilities have changed, have modified with the change in the norms and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But no matter what, like we are still looked at as, okay, you're supposed to have the money. And is it fair? Probably. But at the same time, it seems like it's at a level to where it's almost unjust. Because like for myself, like I have custody of my older two, you know, as far as like they with me, or I'm residential parent, and then we split time, I guess is the best way to put it fairly. But as far as financial responsibility, is not like looked at that way. Like I can't claim them on my taxes, none of that.
Wait, you can't claim them on your taxes?
I have not been able to claim them on my taxes since my divorce.
So yeah, that's bullshit because as a residential parent, you should definitely be able to claim them on your taxes. I have full custody of my daughter. I've claimed her on my taxes every year since full custody, and actually before that, even with my son. So this was the thing. So like with my son, I had literally like full custody, right? Because she act like she ain't had no kid or whatnot, and he stayed with me, and you know, and my parents helped me out or whatever. And I would claim them on my taxes every year. But the thing was, she would want a couple $100 out of that tax return every single year, knowing she act like she ain't had no kid. But every year around that time, she'll be asking about that little couple $100 every year. It used to irritate the hell out of me, right? And another thing I want to bring up. So as a single father, I've done it twice. This is my second rodeo, right? I never talk bad about the other person, right? Never, not once. I don't do that, especially in front of the kids. I don't do that, right? Because I figure they will learn when they get older. And my son has definitely learned. He told me one day, like, that bitch. And I'm like, whoa, watch out. That's still your mom. You know what I'm saying? Don't call her that. But he was like, hey, she just like, she be on some bull. So it was like, why even say anything when they will eventually learn for themselves?
Yeah, I agree. And it's difficult because you want your kids to know the real.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes teaching them the real ain't the right thing. Like, there's been times where I want to break down, because they'll break down to my kids like, look, this is what's really going on. Because they'll be like, well, this person said that, you wouldn't pay for this for me. Yeah, I wouldn't. This is why. But I can't really tell them, like, go into detail. This is
Right.
real. Like, let's really talk about it,
X, Y, and Z, but you need to know this
like,
much.
let's really break it down. So I think my 17-year-old starting to like see some stuff and starting to be aware of things. And like, he's a mama's boy, and I applaud that, man. I tell him, like, your mom obviously has some, like, she has positive qualities. There's a reason why she's your mom,
Right.
She was my wife at one time. It didn't work out, and I do not let anybody talk negative about her, because I don't want them to slip up and talk negative about her while they're around. You know?
Right.
But yeah.
Brad, you don't have that problem, and you should be thankful that you don't. So
Yeah, I don't have that
You,
problem.
buddy.
So I mean, obviously there is like when it comes to like down to the financial part of things, I handle it all, but it never was like that. When we first were together, we both went to college at the same time, we graduated at the same time. We did our career for almost the same length of time before COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, it was just like, that's all that was available, food and random things like, we were essential workers, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Then the business took off, and then it's like, okay, now we have to prioritize this. Is working at your job worth that financially? Or do you quit your job and do the social media and, training and all the things that she was doing at that time, but instantly got pregnant as soon as she switched, which is crazy to me because we tried for 6 years and out of nowhere, we were content. We were just like, whatever, one done,
Mm-hmm.
Tried for 6 years and then boom, she got pregnant with Ava.
The right time, man.
It's just wild. But, now it's just like, we just continue to progress, and now we're working on number 4 now, not 4 children, but like 4 shops, which I feel like are just as stressful as children. So
yeah. Well, if you don't figure out who's getting kids from Wadsworth,
I know who's driving out to Wadsworth too. So
yeah.
Figure that out. For me, I love what I do. So it's like, I'm so torn when it comes to like the progress of the business, because I know Brady's 15 now. He's working in one of my shops, so I want him to have that form of discipline as well, just like in a kitchen as you would outside for like school. And for me, I'm like, is this something that my kids are going to want to take over? Or you just never know. Are they going to be as interested as I am in it, or as passionate? Yeah. So it's like, for me, it's weird, thinking about things like that. But, for the most part, I feel like he enjoys working. He likes having money. He buys so much stupid stuff. It's ridiculous. But, just having that form of like a bank account, and, then he's going to be able to get his temp soon. These are all like responsibilities. And now it's like, hey, you might be 15, you might be blowing your money now, but when you're 16, it's going to be a different story. You want to drive, you need insurance, you need gas to get around, you know? So for me, it's just like, I'm in a weird spot right now thinking about that kind of stuff because work is a privilege at that age. You know,
Right.
15 years old, you don't need to have a job, you know, but you know, it's kind of a different experience right now, having a 15-year-old doing that kind of stuff and the thought of the future because God, you know how things are changing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. It's crazy. I think I fire my 17-year-old every time he works for me. Sean has witnessed a couple of those. I do not like complacency or laziness, man. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
yeah, and
I try to hold him to a different standard, you know. I'm just like, you know, you're not a
kind of what it is like,
yeah,
like with him, I'm like, listen, you should be running. Like,
yes.
yeah, we own a fence installation company, and sometimes I'll take him out there, and if he's not moving to a certain level,
And we know that lazy step too, you know.
yeah, it's not. I just hold him accountable, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he not moving as fast as you want him to move, he'd be like, "Hey, what you doing?"
Right.
I didn't see him. I didn't have him working with me. You know what I'm saying? When I was working with you, man, and he was busting his ass, definitely more than some of the other people that was working with us. So, but it just wasn't as fast as you wanted him.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, let's talk about the fact of real fathers that do anything for their kids, man. Like it don't matter what it is, man. Like I will drop everything, and I have to like make sure, you know what I'm saying, my son is all right. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one time where he made a phone call, and I'm like, dude, you know you can't call me like that because you know I'm coming in hot, period. And when I mean hot, I'm talking about hot, where you already know I'm coming with the thing, and it's going down. So you better be 100 with what's going on, because like I'm coming in hot, and somebody go get
With him hot.
like somebody go get hurt fucking around with my kids. Like
Yeah,
that's one thing you can sign your death certificate real quick with messing with either one of my kids, man.
you're gonna have to beat me to it.
Yeah, right.
Out, like we would literally drop everything on a dime to make sure our kids are straight, man. That's what I love about real fathers, man, and just being a good dad, man. And it's funny because, you know, like I said, like sometimes like women find you like more attractive because you're a good dad. It's like, I'm not doing that because you found me more attractive. I'm doing that because like it was instilled in me, man.
Yeah.
Like flat the fuck out. It was instilled in me to take care of my kids and to be there for them 150 fucking percent, not 100%, but 150%. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure they good, you know. So
My kid's yelling at me now. You let Isaiah come down. You let Caleb come in here.
Oh,
everybody want to come say hi and
I
shit.
know.
Yeah, I'm getting text messages. Why can't I come say hi?
All right, let's talk about let's get on a lighter note. Let's talk about success as a dad. Like what kind of success have you had as a dad? Give me some success as a dad, y'all.
Man, honestly, I think my kids, I know, I'm sure you hear this a lot, like your kids saved your life, but no, like my childhood was wild, and you know, all of us kids together were wild, you know. So for me, like drugs and alcohol were right there. And it's like, if I didn't have my kid when I had my kid, you know, being 17, I think he was born when I was 18, I probably would have been dead. And then it just completely changed me into a whole another human being after that. You know, you're just like, I have responsibilities, and, you know, some people aren't as lucky to go the other route, but man, I'm telling you what, I took full advantage of that, and, you know, did some things in my life that I probably never would have thought, you know, college, businesses, you know, it's just a whole nother realm for me. So definitely kids, my children saved my life. This is crazy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What about you, Mr. Brooks?
So for me, it's the fact that I have one about to graduate and graduate doing well. You know, that for me is like, okay, you know, you did do something right. You know, you're doing things the right way. You know, we make mistakes as parents, but overall, man, I think that's a testament to, you know, the way he's been brought up and the way the rest of them are coming up, you know?
Right. No, I feel that. Yeah, definitely one of my success was, you know, seeing my son walk that stage and graduate high school and then, you know, having his own bands and seeing him perform and, you know, just that performer aspect, you know, because as y'all know, I'm a professional comedian. So to see my son on stage doing something he loves to do and then showing out why he doing it, man. Like anytime I would go watch him at a concert when he was performing, he would like literally show out and it would always bring a tear to my eye because I know what, you know, so he started from as a preemie, you know what I'm saying? They said he wasn't going to make it, you know, 90% chance he wasn't going to make it and still be here. And he like still beating the odds. And dude is a phenomenal musician. He still get on my damn nerves, but he's a phenomenal musician. And just to see him still keep thriving and keep growing and, you know, I'm excited to see what, you know, young Manny really turns out to be, man. So that's definitely
crazy, man, to see that kid like go from playing the drums to playing different instruments like in the middle of one set. Dude, it's amazing, man. He's definitely gifted, man. And for the kid that he is, you should definitely be proud of yourself, what you were able to accomplish with him.
Yeah, listen, that was definitely the help from God, my parents, and just, you know, like I said, them instilling into me that to be a good dad, you know what I'm saying? So, and to be a good parent. So, you know, definitely kudos to them for raising me the right way and, you know, pushing me to be, you know, as good as they were as parents to us, you know. So definitely, and I'm definitely proud of his ass, even though he still fuck up here and there. But, you know, parenting don't stop. It don't stop just because they grown and out the house. That shit don't stop, man. Like it's definitely a thing we go do until we die, man. And I tell them, look, until I ain't got no breath in my lungs, bro, I love you to death, and you know I'm always here for you. So, you know, parenting never stops, you know. So definitely love to see it. All right, let's talk about a most embarrassing moment as a parent with one of your kids. Give me a most embarrassing moment.
Oh my gosh. I think like now my daughter is just too honest, and she's 3, so she's like she can get away with it. But she got me pretty good one time when we were at McDonald's, and some lady was just like, she had, you know, the teeth that were just out, you know, and she just looked at her and pointed and just said "ew" right in front of her, and you're just like, she's 3, you know, she's just being too honest.
All right. Nice.
So for me, we like I always when we travel, I always take them to a university that that's near wherever we're going. So we were in Washington, D.C., and I took the kids to University of Maryland, their campus, and just so that they can see different schools and things. So they just so happened to have a wedding on campus. And so, but it was an Indian wedding, and they were in their, you know, native garment and things of that nature. So out of the blue, at the time she was like 6 or 7. She just out of the blue screams, "Hey Dad, look, there is a genie." I was just like, no. She's like, "Ooh, it's a genie." I was like, "Oh no." And she said it as loud and proud as she could be, you know.
Hey, that's hilarious. That's funny. I think for me was when my son was running track in 7th grade, and I was picking him up from track practice, and the coach, I knew we went to school together. He graduated like a year under me. And he was just like, "Hey, man, I got to talk to you. Like, I caught your son under the bleachers with 2 girls during track practice." And of course, me being who I am, I was happy. I'm like smiling ear to ear. And he like, "No, man, like he can get in trouble for that." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, I did tell him the difference between a train and a threesome lately. So like he's finally listening." So it was embarrassing, but it was still proud at the same time. Like, "What was you doing under the bleachers?" And he like, "I can't tell you, Dad." I'm like, "Man, I'll beat your ass. You better tell me what you was doing." He was like, "Oh, we was just talking and hiding from track practice." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, Like I needed to know. I'm like, hold up, you ain't about to come home with no baby, man. Like, hold up, what's going on? Shit, like
Maybe he was smoking cigarettes under the bleachers.
no, that's one thing he didn't do. He wasn't smoking cigarettes.
That's another thing that's going to be a thing of the past. It's just going to be all vapors.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yep. All right. Before we get up out of here, we got a couple more before we go. Let's get a best piece of advice that was told to you as a parent, or you told your kid. Give me a best piece of advice that y'all received or y'all have given.
Well, you know, I won't say it. Always been a golden rule: wrap it before you tap it. But you know,
Hey, that's some great advice.
that's more like parent to child. There, my son's getting to that age where it's going to be like,
hey, you gotta tell him, man. You gotta tell him.
dude.
You gotta tell him. What about you, Mr. Brooks? Best advice you received or given?
I think the best advice that I've given and received was something I tell my son all the time, because you know he's in that phase where girls are, you know, y'all saw him earlier. He's a good-looking kid. Got a little bit of muscle on him, so he has some girls chasing him. And the one thing I tell him is, first off, like, because he'll say, "Well, this girl's gonna be upset with me if I break up with her." Don't be miserable for no one else's happness, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Great
if you're
advice.
miserable, then you're gonna end up still making that person miserable, you know?
Yeah.
And then don't rewind. You know, there's a reason why you broke up with her, you know.
Yeah, right.
The relationship shouldn't rewind, you know, and there's a reason why. And you're just setting yourself up for future failures, you know.
Right.
Any fish in the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I would have to say some of the best advice I gave my son was probably the training the threesome thing, but that was some good advice that he needed to know. But as far as like, you know, like, look, stop worrying about these females and focus on bettering yourself, you know, because like that's the only way you go get to where you want to go, you know, instead of worrying about who you with or who you want to be with. Like, focus on yourself first, and all that'll fall into place, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the
I'm
best.
about to hijack the podcast real quick.
Who you are?
Yeah, my baby girl.
What up, niece?
All right, you going to bed?
That's
Sorry,
what's
it's
up.
bedtime around here.
No, hey, I get it. I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
8:30.
So I'm a night owl, so little mama don't be wrapping up till about 9:30.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
and
like
that's
9:30
to
for-
me, that's still
I'm
early.
like, oh, I need to sleep in.
Because
That's
right now,
cool.
like I try to make sure right now, because this is my busy season for work, and not only that, as a coach, I don't see them. Like, so I make sure that every night I, at the minimum, you know, say goodnight and give, you know, no matter what I'm doing, it's important. And there's my girl right there. What's up?
Hi.
Hey, princess.
She got her hair out. I know it's hard to see with the green screen, but all that hair is out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, the co-host of Just Therapy, you already know. So yeah. All right. So to end the show, instead of doing crazy, funny, fucked up news, let's do some childhood memories about our kids that was just funny as hell to us. Everybody can do two apiece or whatever, but give me a couple childhood memories that just stand out to you that you was able to laugh at.
Daddy.
I got one really funny one. This one's just so off the wall. I remember my son was probably like 8 at the time, and I think he just got grounded. And it's like the first time being really mad at him and like remembering that. And he goes inside, goes to take a shower, and then he asks for a towel. And I was just like, you know, use a rag or something. I was pissed off. So I'm like, use a rag or something like that. And he was like, he said something, and then it just went dead silent. And then probably 2 minutes later, he comes walking out of the shower, and I'm thinking to myself, I didn't expect that, but he came outside, he poked 2 holes into a trash bag, or like one of those little grocery bags, put it over his shoulders like overalls, and walked out of the bathroom wearing a bag, walked his ass all the way up to his room before he took right after the shower. I'm like, craziest moment I've ever. And then at that moment, I wanted to still be mad at him, but I couldn't. We just started laughing so hard. It was hilarious. Just the most off the wall shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's funny. I
like that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick. My bad. Real quick. So little mama always say when she see Brad, she be like, "That's the guy that owns the pizza place." And last time we was in Stowe, she was like, "He owned the other place too." And I'm like, "Yeah, the other one in Cuyahoga Falls. Yeah, Daddy, the other pizza place. He owned a bunch of pizza places."
She knows where to get the pizza slices.
All right, Mr. Brooks, go ahead.
So my first one is when my oldest son found his balls.
Wait, what?
When his balls finally dropped, he was concerned, man. He was like in tears, like, "Daddy, what?" What is this? What is this? I was like, man, I had to explain it to him, man. Like, that's your jump, man. When people talk about your jump, that's part of your jump, man. But he was in serious tears, like what's going on?
Concerned.
Hey, that's hilarious.
And then I think I already shared the funny one with my daughter. I'll never forget that Genie story. She had just watched like Aladdin or something. It was just, yeah, I'll never forget that. That was definitely a top 5 moment in my life.
That's
so hilarious.
Yeah. That's funny. I guess so I got so many of my son, like they all immaterial. But I think one of my fondest memories was he was a big WWE wrestling fan, like a big fan. And I had tickets for him, and I surprised him with the tickets to WWE. We was going down to Canton Civic Theater. And so I made him like kind of close his eyes like 5 minutes before we got there, so he couldn't see it and see the billboard or whatever. And when he opened his eyes, I slid the tickets right in front of him so he can see him. And he was like, "Ooh, Daddy, like WWE tickets, like you the best daddy in the world." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm your only daddy. What you talking about, man? Like, hold up. Like, what you mean I'm the best? Yeah, I'm the best because I'm the only one. Like, that's your daddy, nigga. Like, hold up." Me? But yeah, you too. But no, that was your brother that said that to me. But she's also told me I'm the best daddy. But I think a funny memory with Lil Mama is just her being so damn funny, man. Like she is so hilarious. I think one of the funniest ones is yes, you funny. So one of the funniest ones to me is we'll be playing around and she'll do something and I'll be like, "Stop acting like." I'll be like, she'll do something. I'll be like, "Quit, little nigga," and she'll be like, "I'm not a nigga." Like I'm like, "Yes, you were acting like one. Shut up." Like, be quiet. But she do it, and it'd be so hilarious to me. Like it just be so funny, and just like other shit. Like one day she told me she said, "Daddy, when you was a kid, you used to like dinosaur nuggets too." And I'm like, "Wait, how the hell? Like we ain't had dinosaur nuggets back then. What are you talking about?" I keep telling everybody like she is literally my mom, man. Like my mom is inside of her somewhere because some of the stuff she say be like funny, but then it'd be kind of scary. I'd be like, "Wait, how the hell you know that shit?" Like, so
it's the tablet. That's what it is.
You say what?
It's the tablet.
It's the tablet.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, she be off the hook though, man. So any final thoughts on being a real dad, a good father, and all that shit? Like anything y'all want to say to get up out of here? Anything that y'all took away from tonight, or something y'all want to add? Anything? Go ahead.
Well, I'll just say that, I think in the long run and having kids is all about a lot of patience, especially at the different ages and stuff like that. I've got 15 and 3. They're both probably the worst ages to have children, male to female. It's been wild. So, I mean, for me, it's just about patience and just showing that love, even though I'm a busy guy, I still have to make that time for my kids, especially my daughter, because she's still young.
Right.
She loves her daddy. She is definitely little daddy's girl. So I always feel like I have to be with them and, show them the love. And, even with the busiest schedule, their priority, not number one, especially in my heart for sure.
There you go. What about you, Mr. Brooks?
I would say that it's vital to allow fathers to be fathers and to get past yourselves. Even if like you're somebody that's on the outside of the relationship that went sour, if someone's relationship went sour, like I know for instance, like my niece, like I used to dog her dad, and looking back, I probably did more disservice to her than anything by doing so. It was, you don't know what you don't know. But now looking back, I wish I would have done a better job of, helping him be a better father than talking bad about him, like wanting to beat him up. And I always tell her, why don't you go tell your dad to come see me? You know what I'm saying? Really, I should have been telling him to come hang out so that I can say, well, look, this is what you probably need to do. You know what I'm saying? And try to help it. Because we got, I know for myself, I got so used to tearing down men because that's all I heard was men being taught.
Yeah.
And so that's the one thing I would say is like, even if you're in a sour relationship with a man, allow that man to be the best father he can.
That's good. That's good stuff right there. Definitely. I would say there's not enough time in the day. Definitely lift the fathers up that are there, that want to be there. Stop being vindictive, especially if they want to be in the child's life. And it's definitely a pleasure and it's fun being a dad, man.
No, it is.
Man. Yeah. Just watching them grow, watching them turn into their own little person, man, is definitely dope, man. So I definitely enjoy being a father, and kudos to all the good dads and the real fathers out there, man. That's why we did this show today, man, to talk about some of the stuff. So definitely the big up to all the good fathers out there, y'all. Mr. Culver, man, thanks for coming on the show. Mr. Brooks, thanks for joining me. I appreciate y'all. Definitely Couchers. Make sure y'all follow them on social media or whatever if they want to be followed. Definitely check out Twisted Tomato Pizzeria because the food is good, so definitely check that out. But as always, we go end it out with a close, and I got 2 for y'all today. I'm gonna say the one that I had on the post promoting this show. And then I found another one as well. I'm going to do this one first. The heart of a father is the masterpiece of nature. The heart of a father is the masterpiece of nature. Anybody want to break that down? And then I'll bring up this other quote. We'll get up out of here.
Say it again.
The heart of a father is the masterpiece of nature.
Well, that kind of goes with God himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our Father, and it's always a symbol of your father. And,
Definitely. And then the last one, a real father is a man who always puts his family first. A real father is a man who always puts his family first. Mr. Brooks, you want to break that one down?
Yeah, I'll definitely break that one down. So much is put into life that says that a father is a man that pays for something or is financially the backer. But I think when your family, when your kids or your spouse, when it comes to your kids, if they know that you're going to be the one that is going to hold the family down and put them first, regardless of what, then I think that really speaks volume and speaks life into your family and into your kids.
Nice. That's what's up. Way to break that down, fellas. Again, I appreciate y'all for joining me on the couch tonight for the Real Fathers episode. Once again, you already know how to follow me. Follow the page, Just Therapy, the podcast on Facebook, YouTube. Listen to some of the old episodes on Spotify, man. We still there, and you already know what it is. Brad, where you want them to follow you at?
Follow us at Twisted Tomato Official. I think that's our Instagram page, and then Twisted Tomato Pizzeria on Facebook.
There you go. Order some pizza. Mention Just Therapy and get a 10% discount. Y'all use that discount, damn it. And Mr. Brooks, you want anybody to follow you or hell no?
Yeah, man. I'm about to put in a shameless plug. So if you Security Link Fence Company on Facebook, if you ever have any fence needs, then we got your back. So we have a strong staff of qualified people to help you with your fence needs. So
there you go. And good quality work, good pizza, and good quality fences, man. I didn't worked up both spots. I didn't deliver some pizza for Brad.
You have too.
And I done built some fences with Mr. Brooks. So I'm telling you, everything is quality. I don't mess around if it ain't quality. You know what I'm saying? So I done slang some pizzas and I done slang some fences. So y'all check them out. Anything y'all need, they got you.
Sure.
The food wise and the fence wise. They'll keep Mr. Brooks will keep whatever you need out or whatever you need in with the fence, and Mr. Cover will make sure your belly full. So check them out.
We're gonna be at Brad's tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
We definitely getting. I think the kids want pizza tomorrow, so
right
I'm
on.
gonna get my chicken, but might get some calzones for sure.
There you go.
There you go. That's what's up. Hey, once again, fellas, thank you so much. Kudos to y'all for being real dads and real fathers and joining me on the couch, man. Appreciate y'all.
You as well. Thank you for having us.
All day. Couchers, y'all know what it is. I'll be back next week, God willing. Until then, I'll see you on the other side. Peace. We out. Thank you.
MICAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go.